Well, investigators are trying to find out what caused a train to derail in Egypt, leaving nearly a dozen people dead and around 100 people injured. Ian Lee is in London following this story as well as other international headlines for us. Ian, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Anne-Marie. I've covered a number of train crashes when I was based in Egypt. Sadly, they aren't uncommon. The government has for years vowed to fix the problem, but accidents still happen. At least 11 people were killed in the latest one north of Cairo. The health ministry scrambled more than 50 ambulances to help the nearly 100 people injured. Most of them suffered minor or moderate injuries, with a few critical. Investigators are now looking into how the 4 cars derailed. This is the 3rd train crash in less than a month. In March, at least 32 people died and more than 160 were injured when 2 trains collided in the country's south. Next, we're in Russia, where opposition activist Alexey Navalny has been moved to a medical facility in critical condition. This is after his doctors warned he would die within days if he didn't receive urgent care. Navalny has been on a hunger strike in protest of not being able to see his medical team for acute back pain and leg numbness. The U.S. says there will be consequences if the Kremlin critic dies. The U.K., France, Germany, and European Union have also expressed concern. Russian officials say Navalny is just trying to seek attention and that they wouldn't allow him to die in prison. Next, we have rising tensions between the Czech Republic and Russia. It started when Czech authorities blamed Moscow for a 2014 explosion at an ammunition depot. In retaliation, the country expelled 18 Russian diplomats on Saturday, and the Kremlin responded by telling 20 Czech diplomats they had to leave the country. But in a twist to the saga, the 2 suspects connected to the explosion are believed to be the same men accused of poisoning a former Russian double agent and his daughter here in the United Kingdom 3 years ago. Finally, we got some soccer drama that exploded over the weekend. Some of the biggest clubs in the world agreed to form a new European Super League. And this includes soccer powerhouses like Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, AC Milan, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. 12 teams in total have signed up to the new league, with 3 more expected. But FIFA, UEFA, and other leagues around Europe have condemned the move, even politicians like UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Anne-Marie, FIFA even went as far as to say that anyone who plays in the new league will be banned from the World Cup. But what really sparked this is the pandemic. These players make tens of millions of dollars each, but without games, there's no revenue to pay them. And I was talking to some people in the Bureau just to gauge how big of a deal this is, since I'm not a big soccer fan. And they were telling me that if this does go through, they will drop their teams. They will abandon their teams and try to find new ones. I mean, this is a really big deal here in Europe.
Yeah, clearly people are really passionate about it. I know there are a lot of groans, outrage, but I wonder, I mean, these are some of the best teams out there to watch. Are people going to watch on the sly anyways, even though they're yelling foul, if you will? And if people do watch, then is that going to encourage some of the other teams that were invited but said no to maybe sign up? I mean, this could be a major shift.
Well, some people are wondering, are the fans, local fans, more important, or the worldwide fans more important? And that's the real divide that we're seeing here.
Oh, yeah. Got to look at the bottom line. Where's that money coming from? Ian, thank you very much.